having the core of our defense return with Matt, Will, and Brendan is a vital part of the foundation. And when you have that experienced, solid back line, you can kind of build the team and build the spine going forward. And I think that having those who have been through multiple seasons and can understand what to expect from the first game to the middle of the season and then getting to the conference play is going to be very nurturing for our newer players and give them a kind of a confidence foothold of how we're going to go about business. So, having those three back there with that type of experience is fantastic. With Kyrie and Mikhail returning, I know that they're very eager to build on what they would want to do in the attack and especially trying to produce more end product, and I think with Mikhail going to his junior year, he's coming of age as far as what the demands are and what's necessary to kind of tip the scales at this level. And then Kyrie has been so diligent to try to strengthen his body and because he knows that it's a matter of durability for him and just to keep him on the field. And soccer is a funny thing where you can take a knock here or there and that'll put you out for a couple of games. But all we can do as far as Kyrie is make sure that he feels confident in his body, and he's told me this is the most confident he's felt in his body ever. So, which is good news. But going forward, it's the integration of those two players and how we're going to attack teams along with the newer players that are going to be key for us going forward. Well, with the number of new faces that we've brought in, the first piece of that puzzle was making sure that we continue to build and integrate competition within the culture. I think that when it's all said and done, guys like Kyrie and Matt Persano and Will and Brendan Anderson and all the guys that have been around, they need to compete every single day for their spots. And so bringing the new players with that, we feel that can give them a run for their money and potentially beat them out. And so it keeps everybody honest because, you just can't show up to the field and just be competitive. You have to train to be competitive. It's got to be integrated in your DNA. And so the new players, we feel, bring that to the table. And I think that's going to continue to raise the bar for us. The second piece of that is that we feel that we can put people in areas of versatility and having people play different spots, especially when you're on the road. If a person goes down or there's certain matchups, we can be a little bit versatile how we change a system. And so having these new players, we feel that are going to be very, very adaptable. And then, again, for me, I'm always intrigued by how a new player comes in. Sometimes a new player comes in and there's a little bit of a learning curve for them. Sometimes a new player comes in and they're hitting the ground running. And so for me, it's a matter of who's going to be competitive, who can do a role, who can do a job. And then when those things come together, then you get the product on the field that is going to be competitive every day. Well, the goals for us in 2014, I thought about that quite a bit and talked to our senior leadership. The way the season breaks down into parts. You've got the preseason, which we just completed. You've got the non-conference season, which we're going to start this weekend. Then you've got the Pac-12 season. Then you've got the postseason. And so being able to look at each individual segment and going, okay, what do we need to do to come on top in these segments? And so for the first segment here of the non-conference is to make sure that we're able to get the combinations that we feel can put us in the best position to get results going forward. And because it's early on, there might be still a couple of questions. So having that, again, that adaptability and versatility is huge. So we want to do that first. Then we want to establish going into the conference season, all right, we have certain lineups that can present certain scenarios against certain opponents when we get into the conference. And so having those factors sorted out gives us a chance to get the results in conference that we need. So, when it's all said and done, if we accomplish the goals in the segments and you put them together, it should give us a good run of results and give us a good platform to make a position to make the NCAA tournament. And then when you make the NCAA tournament, all is possible. And so we're really breaking it up that way so that we can really take a look at how the process is, where we can fix the process, where we can adapt the process so that when it's all said and done, it equates to wins, gives us a chance to get to the NCAA tournament. Heading into week one with fantastic opponents like Evansville and UCF, you're going to find two teams that are favorites in their conference. They're among the tops in their conference, and they're slated to be, competing for their conference titles. So, you're going to get two fantastic teams. You're going to have both teams are going to have a good attacking spirit, well coached, well organized, and these are the kind of games that we want to play so that we can ask questions about how we want to go forward to get prepared for the conference season. So, we're going to expect two fantastic games this weekend, and and it's always nice to have the TV game on the Sunday for everybody to see. And I know the guys always get up for those TV games, but Friday night's home opener, and we're just we're absolutely pleased to have that quality of team come out to Corvallis and get to play us in front of our home fans. So I know everybody's going to be excited.